Hi everybody, I'm Caroline Smolin and this is Make It Till Friday. I'm so excited to finally be sitting down with you guys and finally be able to have a conversation. There has been so much behind the scenes to make this happen for literally just myself. But I'm really excited to be sitting down with you guys. So you're probably wondering like, why are you here? Who am I? What's going on? Well, my name is Caroline Smolin. I am a sophomore in college and I'm an accounting major and a marketing minor. And you're like, why the fuck are you making a podcast? Well, because I'm bored. I mean, I'm an accounting major and marketing minor. I think you can pretty much explain for yourself. I'm bored. So this gives me something to look forward to, and also it's just like for the shit of it all. But I'm here to connect with you guys, tell stories, hang out, talk dirty. We'll see how this goes, but this podcast is literally just for anything. I wrote down here it's for work, school, going out, dirty talk. We might talk about finances, life stories. Like, I am here to be an older sister, second voice, a best friend. This is like the unfiltered girls group chat, pretty much. And I will just be giving my most unhinged advice, and my friends will be here with me. I will definitely be having guests on the podcast. This week, of course, like, obviously it's just me. That's why we are sitting here in my room. Make it intimate, make it just about us. But I will be having guests sometimes, and I will be making that happen. I will let you guys know if things change, but for now, the plan is I will be here one week, and then it will be me and a guest another week, or me and multiple guests. We'll see what happens, but we definitely got some stuff playing in the cards for us. So the reason I got into the idea of podcasting, so obviously I'm into podcasts. That's probably why I want to be a podcaster. So, well, I wouldn't say I'd want to be a podcaster. I'm honestly doing this just for my self-enjoyment because it's fun, but I guess I want to be a podcaster because I'm sitting here doing this. But I digress. These are like the few podcasts that I've been listening to since I was a kid, since I've been doing anything. I think I've been on social media since 2015? No. Probably earlier than that. Probably like 2013. Yeah. I've been on like social media and stuff since 2013, which is kind of bad. It's like 7. But it's fine. I started listening to podcasts in like middle school. So the first one I ever started listening to was A Mirror and Tree. Fantastic fucking podcast, but there's only 8 episodes, which is really sad. But I want to know how those girls are doing. If you guys ever see this podcast, please let me know how you guys are doing. You guys were my favorite duo. And Amir, what the fuck are you out here doing, taking edibles and going on a plane? Like, me too, but girl, that story was funny as hell, and the fact you freaked out had me dead. Anyways, the next one I started watching, obviously, we all know it, we all love her, Alex Cooper and Call Her Daddy. Her and the Unwell Squad have got me hooked. They got me sucked in. I really fucking love Unwell. If you have not looked into any of their stuff, I swear to God, just look into the brand. There is literally something for everybody on there. Overall, like, this podcast is gonna be like a combination of all of those amazing people, and it really gives me an opportunity to talk about things in my life, give you guys advice. If you guys want, like, reach out to me in DMs. You can reach out to me on my personal account, my Make It Till Friday account. I will be on all different platforms. You can find this on YouTube, Spotify, maybe Apple Music. We'll see by the time this comes out if it's on Apple Music. Or not Apple Music, but Apple Podcasts. And then we'll be having like Instagram, TikTok, all the socials. I'm not gonna do Facebook. I don't really think I need my mom watching this pod. Love you, Mom. Miss you, Queen. But I don't really need you hearing about all the terrible stuff I'm doing at college while also getting all A's and B's. Yeah, you got it right. I be doing whack ass shit and be getting A's and B's. That's how you do it. Because that's how you beat the stigma, is like you constantly go to all these dare events and stuff like that, and people tell you like not to do stupid shit, but it's like, as long as you're doing the stupid shit but also getting your shit done, is it that big of an issue for doing shit? Okay, I just want y'all to sit on that for a second. Hope I'm not like turning the volume down. Can you guys hear me okay? Anyways. So, I kind of want to talk about like a bunch of different stuff. I mean, I know we already went over this already. Like, we want to talk about school and work, but like, I want to get like a lot of different people's perspectives. That's kind of why I want people on the pod, is like, I don't only want it to be kind of an interview setting, but I also want it to be like, we're getting a moment to sit, talk, and really evaluate how living is like. And I have a significant amount of friends, family, people around me that are going through such different experiences. And one thing I feel like none of us can relate to all of these people, is all of these people have foundation now. Because let's be really honest, I love Alex Cooper, but Call Her Daddy is not the same from the first episode, and it's never going to be the same as the first episode, but that's because she's growing up. And like, with that, like, we're also growing up. And I think we just need, I'm not saying I'm like the new young Alex Cooper, because definitely not, because unlike Alex, I do have a boyfriend of 3 years. I love you, Kyle, miss you. Call me. I'm actually gonna go see him later, but we'll get into that later. This pod's not about him. But like, a lot of my friends are kind of going through that single lifestyle, and you know a girl loves to go out. And unfortunately, like, because of my boyfriend's job, he doesn't get to go out very much, so like, it doesn't really mean anything. I just end up going out with my friends a lot, so there's a lot of girls' night outs when it comes to actually going out, which is a whole different other story. But we will be going out this semester. We'll be outside, but like, not like that. I love my man, but we'll be, yeah. You will not be catching me on any Find Me merch while I do that. Oh yeah, I didn't even talk about this. I'm in a sorority. Yeah, like no one gives a shit. Yeah, but I am in a sorority. It is FIMU, which means I am limited to what I can and can't say. I can use hypotheticals. So I digress, I might use that. But you will never see me with a glass of something in my hand unless I dropped or something, but that's probably not going to happen. I actually really enjoy being in FIMU. If you guys go to a small school, I really recommend joining a sorority. It's a very different environment from like southern schools or big sororities. Like, it's kind of just vibes, and it's like actual sisterhood, and it's like actually what you signed up for. But people still like cause drama because this is the part that I don't understand, and I cannot name names of anybody that can do this, so like, if any of the girls are hearing this, I'm not gonna be naming dropping, because naming dropping. I will not be name dropping because like, I don't really know specifically by name. I don't pay attention that hard, but there is a select few people that I do know are out here talking shit about FIMU, but then like are paying the dues and then still being in FIMU and then not attending the events. I'm like, why are you in a sorority if you don't like doing it? Right? Okay. I just want people to sit with that. Like, if you're planning on going into sorority, plan on doing sorority things. Like, it's not that difficult. I also have like, I also work at an accounting firm. That's fun. I just got off of work today. I'm very tired. Trying to think of that girl from TikTok. Like, she lives in New York now. She just graduated from college, and she's so fucking funny. Next episode, I'm gonna name drop her, and I'm gonna figure it out. But she was like, just got home from my corporate job. This corporate job is eating my soul. Corporate is eating my soul, low-key, but like, not really. I kind of like having a corporate job, but they never have anything for me to do. Because I'm an intern. I'm like a young intern, and we are kind of a small firm. And so, like, I try to do everything that I can do, but I never, like, know if it's, like, the right thing to do. If that makes sense. But if it absolutely doesn't make sense, okay, clock me. Do it. Shit. This is the podcast that is guaranteed to get canceled. This is, like, the most unfiltered shit. Like, I don't even know who said it was legal for me to buy a camera and buy a microphone. Oh my god, I just realized I've only been talking for 15 minutes. That's scary. I'm already at, like, the end of what I have to talk about. Does this mean I have to already get into stories? That's even scarier. Okay. You know what? Screw it. We're gonna get into stories, because why the fuck not? Okay. Well, let's get into a little bit about me. And, like, what my life was before I got here. I guess we'll just have a me episode and, like, just completely talk about my life and my crazy shit. So, I was born, yeah, we're getting real deep into it. I was born in DC, and I pretty much birthed myself. I mean, that really goes for my character. I'm very independent, and my mom says I came out like a football, and I just was ready, and surely I was. And I decided to come into this world and have an extreme amount of medical issues. This is, like, going downhill really fast. Anyways, I had an extreme amount of medical issues, and, like, the second week of me being on this earth, I had rashes all over my body. It was really bad. And I had it for, like, a year, and no doctor could, like, really figure out what was going on. And honestly, like, I'm a baby, like, I don't know what's going on. So I was just tortured, and then they put me on some steroids or steroid creams. I don't know what's up, but my mom says that's why I'm dyslexic. Don't quote me on that shit. Do not quote me on that shit. No, she didn't say that. She did, like, pass by that, though. Like, she, like, said that in, like, a, you know what I mean? But anyways, I'm, like, losing track of thought. So we figure out what's going on with me, and I'm allergic to my own dead skin. I'm also allergic to peanuts and tree nuts and everything outside. Yeah, so that was, like, really fun to deal with growing up. I also got these things called molluscums. Look that up. Yeah, no, never got chickenpox. I got molluscums. Those were even fucking worse. They hurt like pimples, and you have to pop every single one of them, and you have to take this medicine with apple cider vinegar and orange juice. It is fucking disgusting. It was terrible. Do not let your kids get molluscums. I guess you can't really, like, control it, but, like, it's not great. And then after that literal child torture, thanks mom, but literal child torture, she was forced to do. I was in elementary school at that point, and then I lived in Laurel, Maryland, moved in 3rd grade. I'm, like, skipping a bunch of shit, but this is where I got my first hamster. That's, like, a really big thing about me. Like, I've had 3 hamsters in my life. I love hamsters. I'm such a rodent person. People are cat people. I'm rodent people. That was not correct grammar. This is why I needed the disclaimer that I'm dyslexic. Like, it's bad. But I had a hamster, and we moved when I was in 3rd grade across the county, and I started going to this new school. And this new school was, like, kind of rough because it was a very different environment. Like, I went from a very loosey-goosey, not a lot of people had money area to, like, people started to have, like, money. Like, not just, like, $20 just to be able to go to McDonald's. Like, they were packing Benjamins on Benjamins for fun. For, like, poker night. You know what I mean? Like, these people were fucking rich. And, ooh, my hands starting to hurt. And I don't think people know, like, that is such a different environment to jump into because the children had so much more access to social media and things outside of it, but then, like, when I was in school, at my other school, so it, like, opened me up to a lot of things as a kid that was probably, like, not okay. And it caused me to like go through a lot of phases. I really didn't know myself. And I've struggled with that like my whole life. I constantly would like go through phases. Like anybody who used to know me from like elementary school to now, they're like, who the fuck is this person? Like genuinely, I couldn't tell you because when I'm gonna cancel myself before anybody else can. I was in middle school. And there was this girl, and I thought she was so cool. And she wore suspenders to school. So I wore suspenders to school. I just like needed people to sit with that for a second because I still can't process that information. Thank heavenly God, I have an older sister. I have an older sister named Liz, only sibling I have, and I love her to death. She bullied the shit out of me, and it was worth it. It was so worth it because I was a little bitch. Like, yes, bully me. Everybody bully me. I deserve to be bullied. It was bad. I wore bow ties, bro. Like, I can't make this shit up. Like, it's bad. Why was I wearing bow ties? How did my mom let me go out of the house like that? Actually, rewind. I know why. Because my dad let me go out of the house. And he didn't want his little girl getting messed up with, like, any guy or anything. And somehow this girl with suspenders still managed to get a boyfriend in 5th grade. Which is really funny about that because he ended up cheating on me in 1 week. And he might listen to this. So, like, hey, if you're listening to this, but this is the funniest fucking story ever, and I have to share this story. I'm just going to continue to talk about my life, and there's just going to be little stories in between. That's just what we're going to do. This is such a funny story. I'm in elementary school, and I don't know if, like, you guys were like this, but me and my friend group, we'd do gymnastics. We were really cutesy. I decided to cut my hair short, because every so often I think it's a great idea to chop all of my hair off. Why? Don't know. I just do it. Every time, I almost regret it. This past time, though, I've loved it. But my hair's grown out now. And I kind of want to do it back, but I think my hairstylist would kill me after all the work I just put into healing it up. But, like, we were playing gymnastics and stuff like that, and I'm gonna be honest, even with my suspenders, I was kind of in the popular clan-ish. Sorta? Kinda? Not really. We'll say I was. I was, like, on the outskirts of the popular clan, and as being on the outskirts of the popular clan, you kind of start talking to some of the popular guys. And I was talking to one of them, and he went to my birthday party. We were friends. I was actually friends with a lot of the guys. Like, where was I friends with all these guys? When I was in elementary school, I had, like, half guy, half girl birthday parties. Like, I never had, like, all girl birthday parties till, like, middle school. But I was outside at recess, you know how it is, and this boy came up to me. It was his best friend. It was not him. And his best friend went up to me and asked me to be the other guy. We'll just call this guy... You know what? I'm gonna just call this guy Cheater because he didn't personally cheat on me, but he ended up being a cheater, like, a really long time. So, like, he didn't just cheat on me, he just cheated on everybody. So, Cheater's best friend asked me out, and then Cheater... And I said yes because he was popular, and I was, like, a little bitch. I was like, oh my god, I'm getting a boyfriend. And I found out, like, years later that the best friend literally asked me out for him just so that the best friend could date me, which is an even funnier story, and I don't know if I'm gonna tell that one today, but we'll see. But that was pretty fucking funny. Middle school was fun. I had this, or not middle school, elementary school was fun. I had this, I guess, other guy, like, boyfriend-ish thing. This was, like, the closest thing I actually had to a real boyfriend in elementary school. And we never put a label on anything, but he was Dude, this guy, I miss him. He was so sweet. He was so cute. I kind of want to name drop him. Let me know if y'all want me to name drop him. If he's listening to this, you know who you are. But when I moved, he was in my 3rd grade class, and like, shut up to, what was the song? Like, Shut Up and Dance With Me was like just coming out, and that was like our song, and I was like the only girl at his birthday party. I was like that bitch, and we like went to the movies together and like hung out at his house. Dude, like was I a player in like elementary school? Like that's like crazy. Like I didn't really hear about many other girls doing that, but my mom let me, you know? Dude, I miss him so bad, and my mom has seen him since, and I haven't, and my mom said he like asked about me, and I just want to say hi to the guy. Like I know I have a boyfriend that has nothing to do with dating or anything like that. Like this is just genuinely like I want to know what this guy's up to. The last time I checked, he is also in a relationship, so like, you know, but he was super nice, and I hope he's doing really, really well at school. I think he's trying to be a doctor or something, which is like could not be me. I don't know how you do it, but that's on you. Okay, so after elementary school was middle school. Middle school was when I finally unlocked my PTSD, my mommy trauma, my, like, all of it. Like, everything just kind of went to shit, because obviously, like, I was already boy crazy. I was self-destructive, too. Yeah, no, I just got myself into a lot of, like, bad situations. I'll, like, honestly own up to that. Like, it was on me. Sorry, guys. I did wrong. Although, when it did come to like 8th grade, I was in this situation with some of these girls, and I don't think it was my fault 100%. Like, granted, like, I was doing things I wasn't supposed to, but I feel like on their end, they just, like, I wouldn't say I wasn't supposed to. I felt like everything was very just, like, normal. I feel like they took things out of proportion and just turned against me for no reason. I'm not gonna elaborate on that. Maybe I will one day, but, like, I've heard weird things about what they said about me since, saying, like, one girl I heard said that, like, she was manipulated by another girl to defriend me. So, like, I don't really want to get into that, because there's a lot of different sides of that story, and I bet everyone could say, like, I'm the bitch, someone else could say someone else is a bitch. I think at the end of the day, we're just a bunch of 13-year-old bitches. Like, we were 13, I just started therapy, like, I was mentally ill, we all knew I was mentally ill, and I thought I was doing better, and I was like going through a lot of deep stuff in middle school. That's where I really had found out about depression and anxiety and all of that stuff, and I never got diagnosed with anything, but like I said, I did go to therapy, and I was looking for help. And one thing I've always kind of admired about myself is I've never tried to dwell in the sadness, because I feel like a lot of people that do have mental illness like dwell in the sadness, and I feel like that's just like not fair to yourself, because why aren't you going out and trying to find yourself help and trying to like really be there for yourself, if that makes sense. Anyways, that's just a whole other tangent. Now I'm in high school, mentally ill, I hate people, I fucked my reputation at this point, and I'm trying to finally find my real self instead of trying to follow everybody else. And with that, I did have my first boyfriend it was actually in 8th grade. We'll go there first. In 8th grade, I had my first boyfriend. He was very sweet. I tell everybody he's my favorite boyfriend, because genuinely favorite ex-boyfriend. There was nothing wrong with our relationship. We were way too young. He was also very depressed. We couldn't hang out. Wrong place, wrong time. I have nothing bad to say about the guy. The guy's a great guy. If I was single, would I date the guy again? Probably not. But he's like genuinely like a nice guy. Then after that, I was a freshman, and this was when I was kind of still going through this stuff with those few girls, and I dated this other guy, and I kind of force dated him, and I don't think he really wanted to be in a relationship with me, so that ended pretty quickly. I think he was like scared of my confidence. Like, I'm very like Hallie Batchelder forward. Like, I'm very straight to the point. Kyle also knows I'm very straight to the point. That's how we got together, and it was me continuously being straight to the point, and I will forever be blunt and straight to the point. But that didn't work out, obviously, and then I felt very alone after all these girls defriended me. Oh, I think we should bust out the first episode with this story, because this is one of my favorite stories about my life, and I just have to share. I was very sad after I lost all of these friends. I really didn't know what to do with myself, so I decided to go on Omegle. Okay? We've all been there. We've all had our Omegle phase. And I went on Omegle, and I put in Maryland because I wanted to like meet people in my area. And I met this girl, and we'll name her... Okay, I'll just call her Hannah, because there's like no one in my life named Hannah. So I met this girl named Hannah, and we really hit it off. And I thought, like, I just lost some friends, and she lost friends in the past. Like, I thought it would work out. Like, I thought we had stuff in common, and we pretty much trauma bonded. Like, let's be honest, we trauma bonded. And then we found out we lived literally 20 minutes away from each other. Yeah, this is where it gets bad. Like, I didn't tell my parents that she was from Omegle. I told my parents that I met her through somebody else. And then I went to her house for the first time. And we started hanging out, and it was like, okay. And she was very boy crazy, but I was also very boy crazy. I think I still am very boy crazy, but about my man. But I was very boy crazy, and she was very boy crazy. I had this guy that I was trying to get rid of, and maybe we'll tell the story about him another day. Like, because I'm only getting to relationships, I'm not getting into situationships today. But she wanted to talk to a guy, and I really wanted this guy off my ass because he was telling me that he loved me. And I was like 14. I was like, that's a lot. We're not together. And when I first met you, you had a... Okay, anyways. It was just a lot. And so it was like, you know, like, let me give you this guy. Like, he's, like, in love with me, but I really... I don't have any interest in this guy. I really want to get him off my back. So I give her... what will I name him? I'll just call him, like, Wrestle Dude. I gave her Wrestling Dude, and she and Wrestling Dude, like, hit it off like that. Her mom was, like, kind of grooming me, to say the least. Like, she was very, very involved in our friendship, and I don't know why I felt anything wrong with that. Like, or I didn't feel anything wrong with that. Like, my mom and I had a very bad relationship, so in my friends' mothers, I would, like, always try to, like, look for another mother figure. Now, like, me and my mom are great. Like, me and my mom have a good relationship, but we had a very rocky relationship when I was in middle school, and, like, probably because I was a teenager and I had held to rise. Like, it's not her fault, 100%. But, like, there was some stuff that the way she reacted sometimes was a little different, but I always try to look for another parent through somebody else, and her and Wrestling guy started booming, and the mom was, like, in a really friendship, and it was, like, really weird, and they started having sleepovers because Wrestling guy lived in DC. Well, they lived in Montgomery County area. They don't live there anymore, so y'all won't be able to find them, but they lived in Montgomery County. It's a huge county. And they would like hang out, they would go, they'd have sleepovers and stuff like that, and then all of a sudden, like, she had a gynecology appointment. Yeah, at 14, her mom scheduled her a gynecology appointment because she knew that her and this guy were fucking. Like, they had open communication about the fact that they were fucking. She literally bought condoms for them. Like, it was insane. Pretty much, like, the guy broke up with her out of, like, nowhere, wrestling guy. And it was, like, really weird. Like, that's not him at all. And I've known wrestling guy for over a year. Like, that's not what wrestling guy does. So, she goes to her gynecologist appointment. She gets blood work because she's trying to get on a certain type of birth control. And they found out that she might have had a miscarriage. But before that, we knew she had a miscarriage. We all thought she was pregnant. So, I actually got sat down by her mother to convince her to have an abortion. I was not allowed to have any form of opinion on the situation. I just had to influence her to have an abortion if she is pregnant. And she sat me down, her mother sat me down with me and one of her best friends. And, like, Hannah wasn't there. And it was bad. It was bad. And I don't know why I continued to be friends with her, and I was dating this guy, and I stopped dating him, and I felt so bad, but it was because, like, we started talking during COVID, we were supposed to meet in person, we said we were in a relationship before we even met, like, it was one of those situations, and it was just, like, moving too fast, and the guy was, like, I knew everything about the guy before I even met the guy, and I felt like, in a way that's a good thing, but in another way I was like, there was nothing left to the open mind. Like, we talked for 7 hours a day. It was too much. Like, it was too much. So I broke up with the guy, and I moved on, and I continued to be friends with Hannah. And then she got together with, we'll just call this guy named Greg, but Greg is also Cheater's best friend. That's kind of crazy. Going back a story, if you guys remember, Cheater's best friend, 5th grade, the kid that cheated on me in like 1 week. Anyways. But Cheater's best friend was dating Hannah, and then he broke up with her while Hannah was in the hospital, and then the mother decided to force me to message Greg and figure out what was going on, but then I told her no because I wouldn't, we're bleeping that out, Hannah's permission, and I wouldn't get Hannah's permission. I'm like fucking up because I really don't want to mess up names right now. I didn't want to fuck up like anything that Hannah wanted me to do, so I forced the mom to ask Hannah, and I actually am not 100% sure if she ever actually asked Hannah, but I'm really hoping that she did, because that was very embarrassing. And then after that, I ended up going on a date with this guy friend I was talking to. Like, he was a friend of mine, but like we were kind of talking at the same time. It's a little situation. He was cute. He was nice. And we went on a date, and then after the date, Hannah and her mom kind of like forced me to say that we were just being friends. And then that Friday, he was at her house making out with her, and I just felt very uncomfortable by the situation. I tried to be okay with it, and like, if anybody was anybody, like, obviously I'd not be okay with it, and like, her mom was trying to make me okay with it. Yeah, I defriended her. This bitch was supposed to go on my birthday vacation. That bitch ain't coming. No! She was not a good friend. I low-key need to get good friends. Like, I have good friends now, but at the time, I did not have good friends. So I dropped her and I went on the vacation alone. And you know what? Sometimes you gotta do that. And this goes out to like all of the, this goes out to actually anybody who's had a friend that has really tested your morals and has tested your limits. Like, you know what you deserve from a friend. Take what you deserve. And like, I know, like, it probably wasn't like, on it, no, I was 100% right. No, I was 100% right. This bitch was fucking crazy. Then, like, I found out later that she tried to reach out to the boyfriend that I had that I was supposed to meet in person. She was trying to hook up with him. Then I found out the guy, best friend that I went on a date with, that I found out he went over to her house that following Saturday and, like, was making out with her, slammed the door in her face. So karma's a bitch, and you fucking deserved that. But I also want to say I feel really bad for that guy best friend, because I feel like if I would have dated him, he wouldn't have gotten back with his ex, and I feel like his ex ruined his life. And after he got back together with his ex, like, I did not know who he was anymore. Like, this was a very happy-go-lucky kid who liked to play football and was very, like, straight and narrow, that turned into a guy who, like, was not playing basketball anymore. Like, he got really fucking depressed. He was only spending time with his girlfriend. Like, it was this whole thing, and I feel like he felt like he owed her because they went on vacation together. It was like this whole thing. Sorry, I'm just, like, going on rants today. This is the best part about me having my own podcast. I can kind of, like, say whatever the fuck I want and just talk my ear off, and you guys are just sitting here listening to me talk for literally 50 minutes, and we are so close, you guys. Like, I don't think I've talked this much in so long. I think I might have to, like, shut the fuck up. Which is what this podcast is for. It's supposed to be an outlet for me to, like, rant about my stuff. Even though, yes, everybody, I am in therapy. Praise the Lord. Okay, so we only really got up to my freshman year. That was only my freshman year of high school. Then we had my sophomore year of high school, and my sophomore year was fucked up. I started talking to this guy, and I thought he was cute because I saw him in the first day of science class, and I was like, oh, you're cute, but, like, I'm never gonna talk to you. And then I actually did end up talking to him. Crazy. So I ended up talking to him, we ended up getting together. Again, I'm like Hallie Batchelder, I'm a forward-ass bitch, so I started, like, insinuating, like, making out, stuff like that, because, like, he, like, honestly, he was a little bitch boy at the time. I don't think he knew how to kiss people. And I was looking for way more than a kiss, but that just never happened between us, and, anyways, that guy was really bad to me. I mean, first of all, he treated me really bad. He acted like I was invisible in school. And then when I thought I had COVID, he, like, assaulted me. Don't worry, I've, like, dealt with that trauma. It's, like, kind of, like, fucking insane now that he even did that. What's even crazier is I had friends at the time that believed him over me, which is so much more culturally there than we think. Like, I feel like we don't realize how much people side with the abuser than we really think. But they did. Like, I really just feel like I'm the bad person in all these situations, but, like, I honest to God, like, I'm not lying about that. Like, he really did not listen to the word no, and had me pinned down. I had to, like, crawl out from under him. It was, like, not a great situation. And then after that, I kind of was single for, like, a few months, and I was talking to this guy named Sam, and Sam was cool, but, like, not really. He, like, was in love with my best friend at the time, but my best friend was, like, dating this other guy, and I just never ended up dating the guy. Thank you for taking me to prom, but I never ended up dating the guy. I made a completely different plan to actually meet up with my man. To meet up with my man that same night and of prom, and I didn't end up meeting up with my man, but I was supposed to meet up with my man that following Monday. Didn't happen because I'm ill and my medicine fucked me up and I threw up, and then I didn't get to meet my man until that following Friday. Anyways, and then my man fell in love with me and he loved me, and now we're here and he still loves me, and I'm excited to see him later. But You're only here for this sappy shit. Even though I love the sappy shit, but you're like here for the sappy shit. I'm getting tired, if you can't tell. It's been like a really long day. I've been like go, 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 and I'm still trying to make the pod. But after that, me and my boyfriend have been together for the last 3 years. I've had friendships fall in and out, which we'll get to later. I graduated high school. Huzzah. And then am now here, sitting with you guys at sophomore year of college, where we will get to talk about so many things. I mean, we got the roommate drama story, we got the old friend story. Like, I gave you guys snippets of old friend stories. I have so many old friend stories up my ass and around the corner. These bitches suck. Like, I think my roommate is probably one of the coolest people I've met at most recent. Like, people are genuinely starting to scare me. I'm very worried about our society, and I'm recommending, like, people need to go out and get help, for real. Probably me too, but I'm already working on it, so I mean, like, I feel like I'm one step ahead of everybody else. On that note, closing us out, I am here to give you guys all of the funny stories, all of the good advice, and all of the amazing talks that are unfiltered, uncanning, and honestly probably need mental help. I will also be talking to you guys about some of my favorite shows, some of my favorite music. I'll be talking about a bunch of different stuff, so like just stay tuned, hang out with me. If you can tell, I'm like getting really fucking tired. I'm like on my last leg, so I'm gonna close this out. You will find us, like I said before, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, maybe Apple Music, Spotify, whatever you guys are listening on. You can listen on all those platforms. I will have every new episode coming out every Friday, so stay tuned for that. And I also hope you guys will follow all of these platforms and reach out and interact, and I will love to hear you guys' questions and want my advice or want to share your story, anything. Tell me anything and we could talk about it, or we could talk about it personally, whatever you guys want to do. But thank you guys so much for sitting with me today, and I hope you guys have a great start to your weekend.